Yeah, we're going to pick a winner.
Yeah, you pick a winner and just send me the name.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever they come, I mean, it will be valid for like for 2 weeks.
Right.
So there are 2 weeks to come and claim the voucher.
Right. So everything will happen within a month, right?
Yeah,
right.
Sure.
So you have 2 weeks to enter.
And then 2 weeks to redeem a voucher.
Come and redeem.
Right.
So, see that we feeding our family here.
Of course.
Right, nice.
That's not a big thing, man. Nice small thing for me.
Nice. Hey, welcome back to the Alternative Perspectives podcast. And I'm Naldo, your host. And today we have a very special guest on the inside. I mean, this is going to be a very inspiring interview or inspiring conversation. I don't even want to say interview, but conversation. We have a man I personally would say is the number one hustler in Trinidad and Tobago, legal hustler, right? He has a day job and he has other businesses and he don't hesitate. I don't know where he gets the time to facilitate all these businesses, but we have with us Johann Benjamin, aka Chubby Famous, right? So hi Chubby, welcome on.
What do you say, brother?
Thanks for being here.
Well, thanks for having me on. It was a long time in the making. I mean, we spoke about this a couple, weeks ago, and it's my pleasure to be here. I support people who support me, so thanks for having me.
Hey, thanks for being here, and you're welcome. So, the name Chubby Famous, where that name came from?
Chubby. It funny enough, I was given that name by a partner of mine named Stephen Panton in first day of school in Form 1. Like, all of we knew sit down in the class waiting for the form teacher to come.
And what school was that?
Eldo
Right.
Senior, Eldo Junior Sec. That was before it went 5 years. So it was Eldo Brown, what we call Eldo Brown now. And we just sit down there, all of we now come from primary school, we sit down in this class. And he just jump up just so and say, although don't find he look like Chub Rock way, and the whole class bust out, I don't know where you get that from. But so for years, and up to now, I just still know people who went to school with me because they still call me Chub Rock. So for me, time you call me Chub Rock, I know you was in school with me. And for years, people called me Chub Rock. And then I started to play football for the school and basketball. And I became more popular. And then, the girls started calling me Chubby.
Right.
And that went on until I was an adult. The famous part, I went to New York to play 2 parties. And I was on my way to Brooklyn to play the first party. And when I came out the train that night, somebody just said, Chubby! And the girl I was with at the time, she said, but you famous, man? And we just put the 2 together and it just stick there. So, I mean, people call me Chub Rock, people call me Chubby, people call me famous now because of the whole food thing, which we'll get into later. But that is how the Chubby Famous thing came about, which was a couple years ago.
Okay, and well, you're talking about just now playing in New York. So, one of Chubby's jobs, right, or hustles, is DJing. How long?
I started to play music in 2001.
Okay.
Right? I started playing song system, but my love for music really was, I really wanted to play reggae music. Foundation music.
Right.
Like Black Chariot, that era Black Chariot, and that is the love of music. That is where my love of music came from.
That's so strange, but
Yeah. So I started playing song system at 2001. But that was also the height of the song system era in Trinidad.
right.
So that year that I came out playing with a song called Audio Analysis from Tunapuna El Dorado. But also that year, it had about 7 or 8 song systems came out that year in that particular area. So it was a crab in a barrel thing. So you find like a promoter. We had 2 good DJs at the time. And promoters would hire us. And then the promoter would call the day of the dance and say, I guess somebody else do cheaper, And it was just a fight up and I just left the music thing for a little while. And, well, I shouldn't say a little while, plenty years, I left the music thing. And, I was with a girl at the time, some years ago, and she encouraged me she said, boy, music is really a passion. Why don't go back into music, boy? Why don't go back into music? No, mind you, when I left music, it was record, no transitioning into CD. When I jumped back in the game, no record, no CD, MacBook Pro. That's that.
Serato.
Yeah, so I actually took a year when I decided to jump back in full time, I took a year off. Bought a laptop. It was a shitty Acer laptop from Courts. Because I had to get familiar with this whole Serato thing and you know, a lot of them was scratch live, you know? And I took a year off to practice. So I didn't take no dates at all for practice until I was finished, you know, kind of mastering the Serato thing and whatever, you know? So I want to say I jumped back in the music. As a matter of fact, this is where you and I met. You know, I started to play on the radio where you was a MC/DJ as a matter of fact. So I started to play on the radio and that kind of thing, and then, you know, business kind of transition and work, and so the whole radio thing just fizzled out. But yeah, I've been playing music for a while.
Who were your inspirations that you wanted to go down that road a reggae? Because let's be real, reggae, it's no skittle in reggae.
Nah.
You understand what I said?
Nah, well,
it's no hype in that.
Nah, not at all. Well, my partner, Kevin Ashton, because I used to live in Macoya, so he and I were best friends at the time. And for some weird reason, he and I both loved, and up to today, he and I both loved all music. So I even up to now still listen to my favorite artist in the whole world is the Mighty Shadow.
Okay.
Right? So I love all music, whether it be calypso or reggae. And he and I, we sat down together. This before I started to play sound system. He and I sat down together and we say, boy, let me come out with a group. But all we doing is playing old music. Old soca, old calypso, old reggae. That way, we will be a novelty if we go into back in times as these two young fellas playing this kind of, we would be getting plenty dates. And we started to do it and it really didn't happen. So that is how I transitioned into sound system playing Skettle Bang. You understand? So it didn't happen. But up to today, I still like reggae music. So my up to today, one of my favorite DJs is Gage from Black Chariot. I listen to Chariot every day.
Okay.
Every day. You know? So,
he outside now?
No, but he's still Trinidad. He because of the whole COVID thing and they don't have dance now, he does a podcast similar to you where he plays on this something called Island Mash Radio or something like that. So he releases long time. Remember when Chariot only used to release 1 tape, 2 tapes a year?
Yeah.
Chariot releases three tapes every week now.
Serious.
Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday, I think. Every week.
But back in the day, Gage was one of the wickedest voices.
To me, not mean to cut you, but to me, Gage is still one of the top 5 voices I've ever heard in music to today.
Yeah.
Whether locally or international, Gage, to me, is the baddest voice ever. I mean, Doggy Slaughter up there, Billy Slaughter up there, but to me, Gage is it.
Yeah, but because back in the day, I would put Gage over Slaughter. Now, I was a huge, when I was coming up in the game, I was a huge Slaughter fan. Right?
Everybody who was coming up, I think everybody from the era who started to play song wanted a song like Doggy Slaughter.
Yeah, boy. Yeah.
Hands down.
Yeah.
Hands down. We had a game that.
Yeah.
But you see, he patterned himself after Billy.
Right, yes. I remember people were saying that. Yeah, and then I heard Gage, because I heard Slaughter first, because obviously on radio, back in the days, you know. And then coming across Gage, like, way, boy. This is voice.
And how Gage was singing then, it was not knowing how he's singing now.
Serious.
Gage is 10 times better now.
Serious.
Yeah, you must listen to him. Let's go up on SoundCloud and type in Black Chariot. You will hear the quality of that man's voice.
Wow.
It's on a different level.
You know, I had to shout him out and give him some respect. I mean, I can tell you, he won't remember me.
Yeah.
But back in the day, he did a few dubs and things for me. He was as a child.
But he was a rap man in the beginning. He was on Kiskili Caravan with one of them rap groups. He was a rap man before he went Rasta and you know, Foundation. He was a rap man.
Right.
Yeah. He was part of the whole Kiskili Caravan at that time.
All right.
Yeah.
So before we transition into the rest of stuff, you coming out of Foundation reggae background, dealing with the music that you hear now, whether it be hip hop, the mumble rappers, whether it be the zest, you know, what's your take on it? How you feel about that?
Definitely. No, you can't stifle a man because music is an expression of how you live, where you come from, your upbringing, all that. So if a man really born and growing in ghetto and that is all he's seeing, you have to expect that he would sing about that, right? Taken away from that, I think it is on the onus is on the artists to sit down within themselves and say, although I'm coming from this, because there are a lot of artists who come from similar situations, who saying, I'm not going to sing about guns. I'm not going to sing about bossy head with a 9. I am going to try and uplift these people. And that is where I think the fabric of society kind of fallen short with the artists. I don't think artists are taking responsibility for the things that they put out. Yes, it is all fine, and yes, it is song good, and all of us guilty of dancing to this in our party or playing this in our party, because you and I played on the same radio station for a little while, and we were, I wouldn't say forced, but we probably felt pressure to play this because this
it was the format.
It was the format, correct, you know? Although I started playing on the radio station reggae on a Sunday. Yeah, that's that, right?
Then they switch across.
Then I went across, you know. But still, I think artists need, and the older they get, I think is where they would understand the power that they might have.
Right.
And the responsibility that they need to take. Because it is to me, paramount importance that they put music and violence together. You can't go away from that because the music has violence in it. You understand? And the youths that we see now are so impressionable that you can't take away, you can't separate one from the next. Well, in my estimation.
Well, the thing is, as I discussed, I think in one of the other podcasts, and as I was saying, you have to understand the nature of things and how they are now. At the end of the day, the people long time back in our day, I don't know. I mean, you a person always speak about your mom, always, right? And the great way she would have impacted your life. And I don't know if you all were a religious family. But,
semi.
Right, but back in the day, they were kind of send it to Sunday school, or they make sure you have some sort of church in here.
Something.
Right?
As a matter of fact, I went to 7 when I used to live as a child. I lived in America. When I came back to Trinidad, it's a 7-day Adventist school I went.
Right.
So that had the impact that had on me. No, we weren't 7-day Adventists, but where I was living, it had a 7-day school. So my mother sent me the 7-day school. When I came out of the 7-day school, I was so, I don't want to say brainwashed, but I was so impacted by that that I was telling my mother, Mommy, you can't wear earrings, you know. You have to stop cook pork, you know. Because that aspect of schooling had a major impact on me. Whether it be the doctrine or whether it be just discipline.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? And it's the discipline I feel
well, right. So, and that's what I think it is. I think one, the doctrine. You have to understand the indoctrination basically is anything that they teach you that,
of
right?
Course.
You're so keen. And now, you're not really seeing children in churches and things again. Right? And if the only thing you're indoctrinating yourself with is the violent music. Now, I'm not saying the music is the only thing to blame. Right? You have nothing else but that coming in. Poor parenting as you know, as
and then no fathers in the home too,
right? I mean, that is a whole different topic of this discussion.
We had to come back for that one.
Because and what I leave it with the no fathers in the home. What less men out there, I agree, but I also think that society has made men feel so worthless.
True.
That sometimes a lot of men give up, especially if you're weak already. To hear a man is dog, to be struggling out here. Because let me be real, it's easier, and people might disagree with this, but it's easier for a woman to get a job than a man.
Of course.
Right? Because a woman could go in a store, they just hire a woman in store wanting to do, you know what I mean?
But sometimes you go and see an application and the application says women preferably.
Right. You understand what I'm saying? So just imagine as a man, you're struggling out there, you really want to be your best, but then you know, you have people saying, worthless man.
Real roadblocks.
Yeah, worthless man, you're this, you're that, whatever. And if you're not strong enough, you might say, boy, see me, let me look. Anyhow, let me
pick up a gun.
Yeah, or whatever. You know, but keeping things on a light and positive note. So we have DJing, then we have the food. Right? I see it have pepper in the mix. I see it have juice. I see we're doing punches. Right?
So I have 7 flavors of juice now. 3 flavors of punch, pepper sauce, and well, I also have a fleet of burger carts that I build and rent out to aspiring entrepreneurs who want to get into the field of food. Right. So I have a fleet of them now.
Now let me tell you something. Chubby and I were having a discussion, and I said, boy, radio station looking like pressure, right? Stress. And you see what in a low boil here going on. If it's so, probably your calling might be food. Chubby
I
say,
did say that.
right? Chubby say,
I did say that.
I had loved the music thing, I never thought that food would have been it for me.
If I always say that, I say I wouldn't. I consider myself from because I'm a popularity from school. I always feel like a ranker, always, right? But if 4 years ago you tell me, Chubby boy, you could be selling food on the side of the road, I would have cussed you. Me, big ranking me, you mad? I want to travel. Cause my dream in this world is to travel to play music. That is my dream. I want to live out a suitcase, go and play a stadium and come back. And you understand? That's my dream. So if you are telling me, boy, you go be selling food on the side of the road, I say not me, but no. I mean...
No, okay, so... And then you still have a day job.
Of course.
I mean, we don't know what the figures are in the day job.
Right.
But between the food and the day job, which one paying more right now?
They're probably equally...
Probably equal?
Yeah, equal.
Okay.
I mean, the food, the overheads probably are greater.
Right.
So you find that... I try to because I'm trying to build this fleet. You find so sometimes when I make money, I put it in my welder hand one time to start a next one. You know what I'm saying? So I get a new one yesterday. And somebody come and take it already this evening, right? So you find like in the next couple months I want to put out a next one.
Right.
You know, so right now we're up to 5.
But those are not branded Chubby.
No,
right.
they would never be branded
Right.
Chubby.
So Chubby is you and you alone.
Exclusively on the Southern Union
And you cooking.
Yeah, of course.
You will never franchise it out. Or...
No, I wouldn't franchise it out. Hiring somebody and franchising probably is different.
Right.
Franchising mean I put in my quality in somebody's hand. I would never do that.
Like, okay.
Right? I wouldn't do that. And to be totally honest, for the past 2.5, 3 years, Tobago has been calling for me. San Fernando has been calling for me. And the reason why I haven't gone there is because first I can't work my day job, manage mines, and then manage one in Tobago and manage one in South. My quality, I've seen it happen. I wouldn't name the establishment. I've seen it happen where he franchised his business out, and in a matter of 1.5 years, his name was garbage, where nobody don't eat from him again, because his name was on 1 million burger carts, and every cart you go on have a different taste.
Right.
I can't afford to do that because I've worked for 4 years to develop the quality that I have now. If I go and put that in somebody's hand, somebody who already passion that I have for it, it wouldn't work. So better I just help young entrepreneurs, or not young, but people who want to go into food. Better they come and just rent a card from you and you do what you want with it.
All right. So
it wouldn't be Chubby Famous.
Now this question might help others, but it might probably help me too. What is the thought process from not being in food and getting up and say, yes, I'm going to do food full on, or I'm going to do food? How you process that?
Right. Well, before I segue into that, let me tell you how it started for me. I was on work. I'll tell you quickly. I was on work a day, and a partner, and we worked together. So we was on Chin Chin Road going up to go and check something, and we was driving, and it so happened you ever had a Zen moment where only look at something, two only look at one another, look at it again and realize something right here. So he and I saw this burger cart on the side of the road. And we look at one another driving and we just look and we just tell, because he's like my brother, and we just watch one another and say, dog, we could do this, boy. And immediately, I'm talking about, like, after we talk about it for about 10 minutes, I immediately get on the phone and call my well and say, bro, this is why I want ting. And he was like, well, yeah, give me $8,000, I'll do it for you. So I tell my partner, I say, well, the man say 8,000, so I will give him the 4 up front and he will just come with the back end. I went and paid the welder probably 2 days after, and the man started to build it. And probably the day before he was ready to hand over, my partner said, "Boy, me really feeling that footing again."
Serious?
Yeah. So I was forced to find that 40,000 to come up with the back end. But sometimes things happen for a reason. Now, if he and I had to go into that business 50-50, there wouldn't be a Chubby Famous.
Right.
So I was forced. So there is where the blessing came in. So I was able to brand it as mine. You understand? So, and one of my real homies, somebody you know, Fudgy, is Excalibur old DJ, right? Yeah. When I first decided I wanted to go into food, he said, dog, let me ask you a question. I said, what's the question? He said, what make you feel you could cook for people? Now I could cook for me. I cook home. And the question he asked me wasn't a malicious one. It was he was trying to get into my brain. He said, what make you feel like you cook for people? And the honest answer was, I don't. But I have a saying that I grew up with. If you don't jump on the plane, you would never know if you could fly. You would never know if you could fly. And I just jumped on the plane. I did everything. I wrapped the cart, I bought the things, and Carnival Friday, I just went out there and I sell food.
It was a Carnival Friday.
Carnival Friday, I just went out to Napuna and sell food. Not knowing what the hell I was doing. Right? And that Carnival Friday, Carnival Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday night, I made back the money for the cart and more. Nobody don't know who the hell Chubby Famous is.
Right.
But the cart was pretty. So it would attract the eye. So they just come and buy. Right? But the thought process into getting into food is you have to be passionate about it. Because since I opened, which is Saturday was my 4-year anniversary, since I opened, I've seen many people open food and in that time close down. Sometimes they last a month because the passion are there.
Well, exactly, because so you would say that is the driving
passion
factor.
To me, of course, and it's only as I got into food, I now understand how Tanti in Breakfast Shed does feel. And Tanti they sell breakfast and lunch. I just only sell Friday and Saturday. She sell breakfast and lunch 5 days a week. So imagine Tanti had to get up in the market to cook for Monday, Tuesday, and then after she finished Tuesday, she had to go back in the market to cook for me. If there is no passion, well, there is no passion.
Right.
You understand? They must have a passion for it because there are nights where I don't sleep. Because I'm always thinking about bettering something. Always thinking, like for instance, 2-3 weeks ago, I just wake up like 3 o'clock in the morning and I tell myself, I want to add a new flavor to my wings. Because everybody have barbecue. I say, I go and spend my money and buy Hennessy and make a Hennessy sauce.
I say, the Hennessy. Yeah.
And for the past 3 weeks, that wings ain't lasting past 7 o'clock. You understand? So, you're a good partner of mine, named Ben. He said, Chubby, you ain't really making no money yet. No? He said, you're making money. But you had to work for about 10 years before you start to see fruits of your labor.
So, is it that you plan to open a store at some point? Like a storefront?
A storefront?
Yeah.
I mean, if you see with storefront, you have to pay rent and you do this and, So, I mean, if the opportunity arises and financially viable, because the thing with me is, and I think what people rate me for, is the quality of food that comes out from the side of the road.
Right.
You understand? I have more quality food than places who are established and who have pretty lights and screen and thing with their menu and thing. You come on the side of the road and get quality food, So I don't know if it makes sense me going in if the situation arises and it's financially viable, I don't see why not.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, then again, you might know I'm to leave your day job to do that.
Yeah, God forbid.
Because, I mean, let me be real, because you can only make a certain amount of money if you only operate on Friday and Saturday.
True.
I mean, and you cooking.
Of course.
You will always be limited.
Of course.
To one, the amount of food you could cook.
Right? And on top of that, because I open 4 o'clock and close 10 o'clock. So, you can't make $1 million in them hours.
Right, yeah. So you will always be limited to that.
Of course.
And I mean, no, you could be like and this is not a racist statement because I am half Indian.
Right.
So, right? We could be like the Indian and them, them real bad Indian roti place and them by 2 o'clock they sell out and they're done.
Yep.
You understand? That's some roti shabu dragging it
till 3:30. They get the gravy on you. Yeah.
Now 3:30. Yeah, people like Hot Shop, not bashing Hot Shop who closing 7 o'clock in the night.
Serious?
Yeah, Hot Shop on Mokrapa
Road.
Yeah.
Right.
But
So
then it had them bad roti shop and by 1:30.
Like Jackie's in Central.
Right? Or
Sheila's.
Mona don't get married,
yeah.
right? By 1 o'clock you can't get a roti. But you understand what I'm saying? But the quality stands. But it's because, hey, listen, we focus in here and penetrating. So I don't know if that is probably something.
I don't mind. I mean, the plan for the near future, is I want to come off at the grill. Right, because last year or year before, I went to the doctor for a checkup and he's saying, when he do the X-ray, he say, you need a smoke? I say, well, no. He say, when I seen real smoke on the lungs, you know, and that's from the grilling. You know, so eventually, probably this year, I want to come off the grill. So I really had to get somebody who could grill and who could operate with the speed and, you know, and hire someone.
Spanish.
Yeah, gas Spanish. Well, two of my cards right now with Spanish rent in there.
Yes, Spanish.
Yeah. So eventually, and I think the key to that is because I had a partner who he told me how to go about it. Because as I tell you before, my thing is afraid to put my business in people's hand. But when with business growth, eventually I have to do it. Right. So he was telling me, say, what you need to do is bring whoever you choose, bring that person on with you on weekends.
Right.
Let the customers see that person there. So when you leave, the customers know, well, this man here is sanctioned by the boss to serve the food. So that is probably how I would have to go about doing that.
Right.
Bring somebody on with me, let people see, well, you know, even if I are wrong and he doing the food, but I are wrong. So when I not wrong, people go say, well, all right, he's safe.
Sticking to the he way. In she.
I can't put no one through that heat on that grill, man. I'd be unfair to do that.
Serious?
Yeah, I won't do that. I mean, serving the food, yeah.
Okay.
But I won't put some woman on the heat. You hardly see that.
Nice. Open for a Spanish woman. Right, so you started off with burgers, hot dogs. Now, then you had fries.
Yeah.
And macaroni salad.
Well, the menu.
The menu has expanded
by
tremendously. Now I'm seeing fish.
Yeah.
Right.
I do two types of fish now.
Right.
Three types actually. I do shark, kingfish, and curry.
Right. Wow. You see that? Telling you. So people, if you're in no Chubby and you're in check Chubby yet, you need to check Chubby. Southern Main Road, Curepe. Right. If you're heading in a northern direction, he's on the left-hand side.
Before Farm Road.
Right, before Farm Road. Right? Then you started off with the juices. Tell me, the punch. How come you got into the punch game? Well, I remember the time. But I didn't know if you had that plan.
Nah, I didn't have it planned.
I
didn't have it planned.
I'm telling you, the man is the number one hustler. No, this is no way to bash nobody. No. It had some difficulties with another punch company.
Yeah.
Right? And I see Chubby
immediately.
One time.
Immediately, the next day.
While the bacchanal is brewing, we talking about while the bacchanal going on. Chubby say, "Here we're going on, follow on to the next option."
I think if you go up on my social media, you would see the caption was, I heard there was an opening in the market.
Right. Right.
So that was the next day when that whole bacchanal hit. I think that same day I was on my way to Arima to buy the bottles. And I I didn't have no labels for it.
Right.
So I used the juice labels and then mark it out to that marker. And the Friday I had punch. In a matter of days, I had punch the next day. So I went out with 2 and then I eventually put on a beetroot. So I had peanut and sea moss and then probably 2 weeks after I poured the beetroot. So I had three flavors of punch now.
So but the punch is still selling steadily?
Yeah man.
All right, and the pepper because...
Yeah, well, the pepper... I don't bring out the pepper right through because the peppers that I use extremely expensive. Sometimes it's $1 for one.
Right.
Because I only use Maruca Scorpion. So is that, well, I shouldn't say only, it's a three pepper blend I use, right? I use Maruca.
Well, you sure you want to tell everybody?
Nah, I shouldn't tell everybody. But but the peppers that I use, extremely expensive. So when the price drop, I might bring it out. But there's always a request for it. Always. Because the peppers that I have, people just talk about Bertie's. Nah. But they want to heat with me at all.
But you're arguing on it. If you can't take the heat, leave it. Chubby pepper alone.
Yeah. Somebody actually messaged me, today's what? Thursday. Somebody actually messaged me, I think Monday, to try and get it to Austria because they're up there.
Right.
And they're willing to distribute it up there.
Okay.
Yeah, so
nice.
it's just a matter of logistics.
But you feel people in Austria could take that again?
I don't know, because them is go crazy for Tabasco and Tabasco like ketchup.
Yeah, you understand? People go pass out.
Yeah, definitely. Sometimes I mean to cut you, but sometimes I had to, because of the heat, I had to mellow it down because sometimes customers will say, boy, that wasn't slight, boy. And it really is slight. It's just that the pepper real hot.
All right, so let me get my example. My wife, she's a pepper eater. You know that?
Yeah, of course.
Right?
Yeah.
So my wife will go and she ain't pay no ketchup.
Nah, she want nothing. Right? She just want burger with shrimp and pepper.
Next thing you see is because you take the pepper. That's when it's now started the hot pepper.
Yeah.
She take 2 days to eat the burger.
Yeah.
She take 2 days.
You never tell me.
She take 2 days to eat it. I say, nah, boy, like it's serious.
Yeah, it's serious. I started tuning it down. Yeah.
Right? So, So we have the food, right? We have DJing.
Right.
Then we have the day job.
Right.
Then we have FC Media.
Right. Before you go to FC Media, what I would say 85% of the people who know me don't know about me is that I'm also a qualified tailor and dressmaker.
Serious?
Yeah, I studied that. So I could like real so.
But you just do it?
Not because I opened my own tailoring business in the year 2004 or something like that. And I did it for a little while. So I hired 2 men to cut and I was just sewing. Well, I would cut and they would sew. So I could sew for men and women. I could design for men. Right? I was an intern at Genora's for a little while when I finished study. So I could design. But I kind of get bored with the sewing thing for a little while, and I decided to go out and work. So the job that I got from that is why I still presently hold, right? So yeah, people who don't know, I'm a tailor and dressmaker. So I mean, if I need to sew, I still have my stuff.
So you just tailor your own clothes and thing too?
No. Buy clothes now.
No. When I say because I know sometimes you buy and it just
I do the time. I do the time. You know, if I need to fix a little something, but I don't sew again. I do the time. I remember when I was sewing, at the height of my sewing, I used to dress my mother. So I used to put out my mother in a new outfit every Monday morning to go to work. Yeah. So because
perfect practice too.
Yeah, I used to put my mother in an outfit to go to work on a Monday. That means she was working corporate, so I used to push you out. Still sew for my father at them times too, but it's a good trade that I have. I could fall back on at any time, But I like that, and it's because of the sewing that I like to dress one, and I love to iron too. So I iron everything.
I remember telling in the early when we met Chubby working in the radio station, and you know how the DJs we discuss, hey boy, this new fella thing, yeah boy, thing, Chubby. I say if there's one thing this man have, boy, he had that superstar quality about it. I say the man always well dressed. When you watch him, it's like, he had to be a star, boy. He's somebody famous. He's somebody, somebody important. You will say that.
People tell me, and they don't know that I just real cool and real normal, and but I just like to. You see, my main mission in life, boy. I don't want to shame my mother and thing at all. Yeah. I don't want to shame nobody must say that Sharon son looking so. Never. I just try to look decent all the time,
No, I want to dabble a bit in the FC, and I want to come back because. In the years that I've known you, every time Chubby hit your quote, he would tell you, my mother always tell me, my mother. And I want to jump into that,
right.
That side of things, but I want to deal with all the different trades and talents.
Everything I dabbling in,
right? So we have tailoring as well, and FC Media.
Right.
Talk to me, how you came about with that, and then I'll give,
Well, FC Media is a 2-man operation, right? It's myself and a partner of mine, Fudgy Pelper. So he does the camera work and the sound work, and I do the video editing.
Right.
How it came about was, as a matter of fact, March is a year now we're doing it. How it came about was we was home last year, bored in COVID, because at that time was the height of the COVID, so everybody inside. And we just sat down and say, well, boy, we sure that it didn't go have no drag race, no drifting, no nothing. Let me just go around and interview these drivers. Let me just go and get a story, because plenty of the media houses would come and they'll shoot your car, and the whole conversation is about the car, what kind of rim, what kind of engine, but nobody gets to talk to the driver.
And but you know why? Let's be real. Most of the people who work in these media places don't know anything about the car, really.
Exactly.
They don't know nothing about the sport, really.
Exactly. They're just doing it because they probably had to do it.
Right? And they're probably looking for quick returns.
Well, true.
Right?
So, guys, we decided to go out there, and we have a partner, as a matter of fact, David. At the time, he had the fastest street car in the Caribbean. So we say, well, we started with you. So
David Del Pino.
David Del Pino, right. At the time, he did now do 8 seconds on a street car. Unheard of, So we save up your money and we buy 2 shitty Amazon camera. And if you go back and look at that video, the quality horrible, but it's there forever, And we get a partner of mine named Joel John. He's our boss editor. He teach me. And so we asked him to do the first 2 videos for us. And he did. He said, after that, Chubby, all on all your own. Either that or your comment money. So we was forced to learn this video thing for the YouTube and thing. And a year after, we are, I don't want to say the premier, but we are the only motorsport channel on YouTube right now in locally Trinidad that produces 3 times per week. So nobody knows who we are. Well, obviously, they don't know now, but nobody knows who we are. We just show up, we interview, and we drop the videos 3 times per week.
Yeah, nah. And this is what I'm telling you. I don't know how you just get time
to
do all of this, because here, you're guaranteed to get WhatsApp from Chubby. Hey.
Yeah, on a Sunday, on a Wednesday, and a Saturday.
Yeah.
I must admit to you, Nalo, that all these things may sound good. And they are good. And I consider all these things a blessing from the Father. But I would say that these things have taken a toll on my social life.
Right.
Like, I no longer get to ride my bike. So I start my bike once a week to make sure it's running. For me to go and take a ride with my partners on a Sunday or something, had to be extreme. My day have to be extremely dead.
Right.
Meaning I have nothing to do. Nothing, which is very rare. So the only time I play in parties now is if you are willing to pay me what I make on a night if I open my food business. If the promoter not coming close to that, well, we're not doing it. So hardly get to go on lime, hardly get to dress up and go and party, thing. For me to go and party, I close down my business on a Friday night.
Which I mean, I think that puts you in a very difficult position in life, because the thing is, when you close, you just see people coasting on social media, people coasting.
Not last year, year before, I was in Colombia and Costa Rica. And for that 2 weekends that I closed, my phone was like, every time I go somewhere I get Wi-Fi, million messages. Where is? And I on a little small vacation, I'm in Jamaica and people ringing off my phone. All those things are blessings. All those things are blessings that people like I in this business 4 years now with this food thing, and it still shocks me on a Friday or Saturday when I look up and I see 7-8 people line up for my food, you know what I mean? And sometimes it's break my heart to say, well, I want my last 4 bread and all that.
Right, yeah.
It's break my heart to tell people, well, boy, I sell out there, you know what I mean? Because I could, as much as I like feeding, it's only so much, because I don't want to stay out too late because of the crime situation, which I experienced the other day, and that kind of thing. So, but all these things do hit me socially.
But, so then, which is my next question, was the end goal? Because at the end of the day, you could end up in a cycle just doing.
Well, as I tell you, this year, 2021, I want to try and come out of that. Meaning, I try to control the narrative. I try to control the narrative now. Because for the past 3 years, I kind of let my customers dictate what's going on. So we want you out there Friday, I had to drop what I do. Sometimes I had to take sick leave to come out there, from work, Get a man to work for me, just to make sure my customers eat. And it's because I don't want my customers vex. Or I'm frightened that they're going to eat from somebody else and that kind of thing. But 2021, I want to try and hire somebody to do this so I could try and step back. If still have my input, because my input is important and it will always be important in the food thing. But trying to enjoy life a little more.
But,
you know what I mean?
But do you think, because when you start and you get in that routine, sometimes it's very hard to stop. Yeah, it's hard to stop. Do you think that you'll be able to stop, or you think that workaholic thing in you?
That is the problem. That is the problem.
Because you could end up getting at the bank, Don't get me wrong.
Of course.
You start to slow down. And you start to say, okay, let me deal with my social life, because you should be a well-rounded person, but then you start to step away a little bit. You start to get to a bank, I'm missing it all. Because let me be real, And I mean, my reason for DJ might have been different to yours. But for me, I just tell you, I'm not a big fan of music, right?
Right.
So if you see how I was a DJ, I had to like entertaining people.
Right.
Right? And music was a tool to entertain people. That's what it was for me. So going out there and get to see people jump and wave or smile and sing meant the world to me.
It's not so much in music, it's entertaining other people.
Right. And that's the thing. You are so involved in this that, you know, people just come and just talk, hey mom, say thing. I don't know if you could.
I mean, I have to work it out because I'll be honest with you, sometimes, and you may tell you the hard part, sometimes I had to work because I work shift. So sometimes I jam Friday, jam Saturday, and had to get up and go to work Sunday morning. Sometimes I'm back ripping, brother. Because the way I am in business now, sometimes when I open at 4, I might stand up until 9:30, 10, you know, straight stand up, you know. So, and I mean, I'm not the smallest person, so my back does be in shambles, you know, and then I have to get up and go to work Sunday morning. So, it really, really doesn't be easy sometimes, but what is the motivation is waking up Sunday morning and see 20 people in my DM. Bro, that is some of the best food I ever tasted, boy. Bro, I drive from, because I had customers like, somebody flew in from Dubai once, landed in Piaco and came straight by me.
Serious?
Straight by me, right? And when I hear them kind of stories, that is motivation for me to continue on. And then sometimes like all them kind of things, a man and his family come from Cedras to eat by me. All my back pain is go away when I hear that. I'm telling you, you know what I mean? So, I mean, I had to find a way to equalize the thing. Play hard or work hard, play kind of, still have a little play, you know what I mean? So it hard, but motivation is something that, you know, I try to live by and try to give people to.
All right, so, well, as we, you know, we use this as a good segue into, we talking about the social aspect of your life now. How Chubby grew up now? I heard you say earlier in your years, you grew up, you spent some time in the States. So you were born here? Or born?
No, I was born in St. James, and my mom went across to work, and well, at the time I was the only child, so I went with her. So I lived in Miami for a couple of years, you know, and then we came back. And when we came back, I think I came back in, I want to say probably standard 2, standard 3, somewhere around there. And it's just enough time for me to still come on entrance, you know. But my real dad wasn't around. He's a police officer, a very high-ranking police officer. He wasn't around much, you know. So the only exposure I really had to my dad was I might go down there for vacation, or July, August vacation, you know. But by that time, my mom was already married. So my stepdad is the person who I consider daddy. So my real father is just Andy. My stepdad is daddy. Because like up to last year when I played, I was a big man now, and my stepfather would still come and watch me play basketball when I had competition.
Okay.
Or, you know, if I call my daddy, no, yo, I have something doing, I need, like, sometimes I out by the burger cart and I forget something. Fly out the road and bring it for me. You know, he is everything in life that a man should know, my stepdad taught me.
Okay.
Everything. Like, he teach me how to iron my first pants. He teach me how to drive. The first car I drive was he own. You know, them kind of thing. So,
and that, no, this is where it gets real deep, because it shows the importance of really having a male role model, a male figure in the home. Because you said that just now, and I study, but nobody never teach me to iron. Right? Yeah. My dad died when I was 8, right?
All right.
So, I mean, I didn't iron yet. But I have a few things he taught me that I remembered, because he used to do music, right? Music installation, pipe music installation, and so forth. So all of you knew red and black choir for speakers. I mean, as it, how much I really know, right? But, you know, hooking up an amp, hooking up some speakers and whatnot, you know, I knew those things. But, you know, as I said, I just know that a simple thing as somebody showing you how to iron a pants now, boy. And that reached me, you know, someone said, because, like, because my mother, you know how mothers are, bring the pants out.
My stepfather was never like that. My stepfather, I would honestly say he is one of my biggest supporters in this life, to be totally honest with you. My parents are very, very instrumental in my upbringing and things. So, and my stepfather is a very, very quiet man. Very quiet. I don't hear him talk loud. He's a avid cricket player and fan. So the only time you hear my father really talk loud is when he playing cricket or when he watching cricket. You know? Other than that, he really don't talk loud and, he talk his shit and thing, but he don't really talk loud and get boisterous and thing. So, my mother is a more aggressive person. So, even when there's a argument in the house, he's the one who would say, I go on there, he start, he can't go on. Just to get because my mother will go on and he just dash away from that. Just to avoid, because I know how he is.
Right,
he's not aggressive, I can't remember ever, and I've been serious, I can't ever remember hearing my father talking hard to my mother or buffing she up or ragging she up. Nah, there was never that in my house. Never.
And so you think that leaves a great impact on
yeah,
you?
I because of that, I can't see myself raising my hand for a woman or even, well, obviously his personality and mine are different. So I'm more outgoing and aggressive. So I would raise my voice and
right.
but to lash and to abuse and thing now, because I didn't see that.
Right.
I didn't see that. So I'm more like my mother.
Right.
Meaning the aggressive, I argue and thing, but to lash and thing, I never see my stepfather do that. It's not in me. And I've been living with my father since about 8 or 9.
And your mom, obviously, she means the world to you.
Of course.
I mean, I have some people who, but I tell you, something with the food yourself, I say my mother always say, better, you get them more food or something like that.
Yeah.
It was so, I was like, wait, this man real cherishes his mom. And his mom played a very
she
impactful role.
Even with the food, now she taught me to cook, right? When it comes to the grilling, she didn't teach me anything there.
Right.
But she would like when I came up with the new Hennessy sauce, the first person to taste it was her. And if it's not hitting, she would say, Johann, go back in the lab and see about that again.
Serious?
Yeah, she would say that already yet. That already yet. So it had to pass through the acid test by mommy first before it reached crib, to be honest with you.
So you would say one of the things that is responsible, one of the things that is responsible for your success today is the family structure.
Of course. Because as I said prior, the day I decided to do the food 4 carnivals ago, my mother was like, go strong. I think, as a matter of fact, she even come out the road. My mother has come out the road and buy food from me, that is her showing her support. You understand what I'm saying? It ain't nothing for me to send a box of food from home for me.
Obviously.
But my mother has come out and buy food from me.
Yeah, I mean, people don't understand. I mean, a lot of people don't understand, and it's unfortunate, to see a family member, see sometimes, like, for instance, right? When things got tough for me, right? Still tough, but then, right? And I say, well, here going on. I had to be able to chip in with the family, so I go to work TTUH here. The first person that took a ride from me in TTUH was my wife.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
She's support.
Right? She said, listen, all right, here going on. First ride, I would take the first ride. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
And people don't understand how important something like that is. It gives you the encouragement to go again. They might say, you take money from your wife, but it plays on the psyche that, listen, because, like, for instance, I don't know if you're in the karting, and I don't know if you ever talk to people in the bamboo, they tell you, listen, and the people in the bamboo, the first person to walk in is always try to make the sale with the first person to walk in.
For the day,
because they believe once they get a
first
flow,
sale,
it is...
nothing is that, it's like a snowball.
Yeah.
You would just get bigger and bigger for the rest of the day. It's true.
Right? So, and if somebody will really love you and support you, because at the end of the day, in this day and age, it's a real free thing now.
Yeah. It's like you're throwing a party. Here's my brethren, but I come now. When really, in fact, I should be saying, well, I will take 3 tickets from here.
No, well, here I used to tell people a long time, because I was big in train party thing, right? We did, we managed the event when it had Marshall and Trinity. You remember that?
Yeah,
event?
of course.
Right? So we managed the event for Titan. We did Red Edge, which was with Bungie and them, and plenty other parties we threw. And I tell people, here, you want to come? I have no problem getting you a cup, right? But here we're going on. If at the end of the night, I don't make, and I'm at a loss, I wanted to give me twice times what the ticket price was.
Cost,
right? Because at the end of the day, I will get the comp, you come, you enjoy yourself. If I end up out, he's my friend.
I boss. I must come back by you.
Right? I come back by you, and you give me twice time whatever the ticket price was. Right?
Like, to be honest with you, people who rent carts from me, when I hand over and thing, one of the first things I tell them is, call me and let me know when you're open, I want to come and buy food from you.
Right.
And I don't have to do that. But I want to come and buy food from you to show you my support. So all the people who rent food from me, I buy from them. Whether or not the food good or not, I buy food from them. You understand, you know? So people who, customers of mine who come and support me, if they train a barbecue, if they have a car wash, wherever, even if I can't make it, I'll still pass and drop the money that it costs to show some support, because you leave from wherever you leave to come and support me on a weekend, and I must give back. That is what I believe in, you know. I believe in not charity, like not saying that those things are charity, but I believe in the universe give me, I must give back. Of course.
Nice.
You know?
Nice. I tell you, very interesting guy. You hear the morals, the values in the individual. I mean, thanks again for being here.
Yeah, man, no, don't
right? Okay, right now you're building an empire. You're building a serious
I want to believe so.
Right? Well, I mean, I want to believe it is an empire already. Let's be real. Right? The name is a staple.
Well, from your lips to God. Yes.
Because, as I say, people who I know don't know you personally. They tell me about Chubby. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
You understand? I see them posting. I be like, you rich boy. You understand what I'm saying?
Before we go on, I must pick up Taste of Trinbago. That is probably the only food blogger have ever come by me.
Right.
And she came in from either Texas or New York to come and eat. Right?
Okay.
And she really, on her page, she really gave me, up to that was 4 years ago. And people still come now.
Because?
And say, I see a video on Reshmi page, and that was 4 years ago. You know, so I must give her that. Food bloggers really don't mess with me because for whatever reason, which is fine. But she did, and she gave me a good look, and I really appreciate that. So I must say big up to Reshmi and Nandi.
You see, so I hear my wife one time because, you know, we had to pass by Chubby.
Yeah.
We eat so much thing by Chubby. Because
no, but the funny thing is, I mean to cut you across. Funny that you say that. One of the burgers that I have on my menu now was your creation.
Right.
It is, and it is one of my better sellers.
Okay.
It is a beef burger, because I think you come from radio and night straight from radio, and you come late, and you say, Chubby, what you have there? But I say, boy, all I have is a beef burger, boy, and some chicken breasts. And you tell me, I go take that, and I make it for you. And when you see it, you say, Chubby, what we naming that? I say, well, it's your option. It's your creation. And you say, well, it's chicken, it's beef. We go name it a chief.
A chief, yeah.
And up to now, it's still on the menu. It's still on the menu. So big up for that. Big up for that.
Give thanks.
Yeah, man.
You know, the thing is with us, with our food channel though, well, it's not a food channel neither. The channel with my wife and I, what we try to do is we try to go and taste new things, right?
I realize that.
Because, and two is because you try to be very genuine and when you're eating it for the first time to give a genuine, you know,
on camera experience.
Yeah, so, but I mean, you have some new things on the menu, you know, so definitely we had to come and check it out again. But with the COVID, because I remember you had a nice little chair seating and thing there. But we could do it so that?
Yeah, well, there was a four-seating table, so it was no big thing. Police used to just pass, and now you're taking me on, there's only 4 people at the table could have seat anyway. Ticket, so yeah.
I wonder why we could bring on the lights and thing and do the video there.
Yeah, power there, so it's up to you. People, they might cause traffic when people pass and see the light. Yeah, but that's
but that's where the excitement
people will slow down,
Yeah, that's where the only thing is the generator, boy, with the audio.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's the
one thing.
little hiccup. But you all definitely need to check out his YouTube page, FC Media
868.
868, right? Then need to check out his punch. The punch right now, it's in stores or?
I have it in. Well, I had it in Jackie's Roti Shop in Central, and I have my juices. I have my juices couple places right now. I had a carry out order when I leave here, as a matter of fact, by Swaggy Litin Barataria Barber Shop. He used to take juice from me. Sheila's Roti Shop and Paj used to take juice from me. Couple places. But, you know, all these business places kind of cutting down on the cost. So, you know, that kind of slowed down. But you're definitely guaranteed to get by me on a Friday and Saturday. Definitely.
Yeah. And what you would say is your favorite thing on the menu. What is your favorite on your menu? And also, what is the people's favorite on your menu?
Right. This might sound weird. It would sound weird. Because I cook all the food, I don't really eat from me again.
I totally understand. And
Yeah.
people who just cook will know that.
Yeah, I really don't eat from me. Because I'm smelling it before I go out, and then I smell it for the 6 hours out there and them kind of things. So I really don't eat from me. But sometimes I just pick up a handful of fries and that is why I eat for the night by me.
Right.
I think the people's favorite is the chili cheese dog
Right.
and the wings now.
Okay.
I think and the shrimp, of course. The first thing to finish by me on a weekend is the shrimp. First thing. So I open at 4, them shrimp might last until about 6.
Yeah, I know.
Max.
I know it's a problem because
Yeah,
you know,
sometimes you had to call me and tell me your wife said to reserve some for you. Yeah,
because it's bacchanal. Sometimes I call Chubby 7 o'clock. You know, because my wife, she finishes work like 6 on a Friday. And we say like call Chubby about 7 o'clock. Chubby, yeah boy, nah boy,
Pressure,
shrimp finish right,
yeah.
and woman vex.
Yeah.
You understand? So,
But I think the shrimp, the chili dog, and the wings, that is it. I think. I mean, everybody had a favorite. So like my biggest burger is something called the Boogeyman, and funny enough, it's a massive burger. Funny enough, I find more women by that.
Serious?
Yeah, women more adventurous, I think, with food.
Thank God they say with food at the end. Yes.
Yeah. A woman would come and watch the menu, and just because it's a big, when she read it and read the white having it, she knows she can eat it, but she go and try. And women just jump out themselves and buy that burger and message me and say, Chubby, that burger lasts more 2 days.
I feel you had a little competition on the spot.
Yeah, I mean, I'll try. It's not a problem. It's not a problem. If you finish it in a certain time, you get, but
you get free.
Yeah. Now when I do little sponsors, like when I had my partners, them had a little party and thing, I would do some what do you call it? Like I would sponsor the best dress,
right.
So the best dressed male and female get to eat by me free,
right?
And them kind of things. I just do them kind of things. It's not a big problem. I mean, as I said before, I believe in giving back. So sometimes, like the garbage men who just pass there every night, I feed them every weekend, free of charge.
Nice.
I just feed them. They know when they come and pick up my garbage, they have something to eat.
Okay, nice. So then let me make a challenge. Would you like to offer one of my subscribers
a voucher?
Yeah,
man, no problem. It's you pick and send me the name.
Well, all right. Yeah, we're gonna make it even better, right? So my subscribers, here we're gonna do. Make sure you subscribe to the page. One. Make sure you
like and comment.
Right, like and comment.
2.
Right, 2. And you have to be following Chubby's page, so Chubby Famous
right.
on Instagram. Right, you need to follow FC Media.
No, that's Chubby Famous.
That's Chubby?
Yeah, because the car and the food different.
All right.
So that's Chubby Famous.
Here we're doing. You're subscribing
to your channel.
Right, to my channel. Make sure and comment.
Like and comment.
Right. Like and comment.
Watch the whole video.
Right. You have to watch the entire video. Right.
And then you follow me on Instagram.
So it's Chubby Famous.
Chubby Famous. No grill.
Just Chubby Famous.
Chubby Famous. Yeah.
On Instagram.
Right.
And then we'll check it back. And we'll give you our 2 weeks.
Yeah, I given you that. You just call me and tell me who you select. Give me the name, and when they come, they have $100 voucher by me.
$100. So you see that?
Now you got food.
You could go wild.
That could be your shrimp going on the gin.
Or you could probably get something for you, you and the family.
I have plenty food by me.
So yeah, and just because here we're going on, a box of food with fries and thing is enough to feed 2 people.
Yeah, there's community justice minister. There's really get plenty food by me.
Right?
Yeah, man.
So trust me, you could feed your family. So here how nice that is. So here you're gonna do, like, subscribe. You're gonna come right. That's this page. That's this YouTube page. Then you're gonna comment below. In your comment, you're also gonna put your Instagram handle so that when you follow Chubby on Instagram, we would make sure that you're following Chubby on Instagram. Right? And yeah, we're going to pick a winner.
Yeah, you pick a winner and just send me the name. And whenever they come, I mean, it will be valid for 2 weeks.
Right.
So there are 2 weeks to come and claim the voucher.
Right. So everything will happen within a month, right?
Yeah,
right.
Sure.
So you have 2 weeks to enter.
And then 2 weeks to redeem a voucher.
Come and redeem. Right. So see that we feeding our family.
Of course.
Right, nice.
That's not a big thing, man. Nice small thing for me.
Nice. So Chubby, thanks again for being here. You know,
man, blessed love.
True soldier, true hustler, and the most positive way.
Yeah, man.
And if one thing I would definitely, before we close, I would definitely want to see you get into. I don't know if you just do it right now, but it is mentorship with young men in any way, in any form that you can.
Right. So not last year. I keep saying last year. I forget the place was shut down last year. Year before, I had about 3 people reach out to me. One, a friend of mine, I won't call her name. A friend of mine reached out to me. Her son was given real trouble in school. Real trouble in school. And she asked me to, there's a friend of mine who she and I grew up in Macoya. She asked me to come and talk to him and thing. And I went. Solely straight. And then they was doing a summer camp in Tunapuna. And one of the girls who was in charge of the summer camp called me and asked me to come and talk to the children, And I went, and it was good. The children was very, very, very attentive, and they listen and they ask questions and all this kind of thing. So once asked, I would do it. Once asked, I would do it. I wouldn't just go and push up myself and say, well, I want to talk to them now. Once asked, because I believe that I have, as with everybody else, I believe I have a story to tell. And because I'm a personality, I know how to tell it. Right? So once asked to mentor somebody, or, and the same little boy I was telling about, he wanted to be a DJ. So I brought him home with me, and I teach him how to put 2 songs together and that kind of thing, and he liked it, And so because he was thieving rum and carrying to school and drinking and thing, and it so happened that the school he was going, I went to. So I was able to kind of relate to that, and I kind of talk him out. I say, well, I tell him, I say, hey, what? Promise me something. Because he was in form 4 or something. So I said, promise me something. Just give mommy 2 more years. Just buckle along and give mommy 2 more years, finish your exam, and buckle along. You'll be able to drink after them 2 more years. You know, so when you reach 17, 18, you can take your little drink and think. Forget the carry drink to school and think, God, your mommy struggling, and don't put more pressure on her with you giving trouble in school. Don't do that. And as I say, I know you love your mommy. Don't do that. And he sit down and he talk. That sometimes children might just mama guy and say, okay. Now he really start to mellow out, and she tell me he doing better in school. He pick up his subjects, and he like art and thing now, and so he doing a little better, And she say he want to go into the cadets or the army or something. So,
right.
So I have no problem. I mean, time is always a factor for me, but I find time, I sacrifice sleep sometimes for time. So,
and sometimes if we could, I mean, do some these days how things going. If we could do it via a Zoom something, 10 children or whatever the case may be, and you just do a little quick.
Yeah, no problem. I mean, as I say, once I'm asked to do it, because from what I've learned over the years, sometimes is a child would give trouble until they find somebody who they find cool, talk to them. You know what I mean? So, because I know when I was going to school, I get real trouble in school. I wouldn't like to tell you, I real get trouble in school. Me too. Real trouble, like fight and thing. Because I knew I could have get with it because I was on the basketball team and I was a popular child, and the football coach would come and beg the teacher, give my ease up. So I knew I could have get with all kind of madness in school. And then I realized I was going on a certain path until somebody who I thought was cool say, Chub, that ain't making no sense, but thing. And if cool man say so, it had to be so.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So sometimes a child just get trouble, and until somebody who they look up to or find cool, talk to them and just put them back. Sometimes it's a little nudge back in lane they might need. It's a little nudge, you know what I mean?
But that's why I have the issue with these assers, Because my thing is, I'm not a big fan of the music, but at the end of the day, I think if you could sing where we had to sing, right? Because one body say I fight and all that. I don't like the music, right? I don't like the content of the music. I find it very talented. I find
repetitive too.
Right? But I think in terms of them fellas have some jet melodies and thing, right?
Of course.
Can't take that away from them.
Yeah.
Some sweet melodies and thing. But if you all come on social media, or you all come and preach a positivity, or whatever the case maybe, let them know you like the music. But they come and preach a positivity. Yeah. You could connect with
somebody.
Somebody. Yeah.
Somebody.
And I think that is what I would like to see from them. And it's a true thing you say, when the cool person say that is shepherdness.
Yeah, and it goes the next way too. If the cool person say, well, boss your 9.
Exactly.
What will happen?
Because you want to be like.
So
the
what
cool
we
person.
had to do is try to get the cool people to do cool things
Right.
and do positive things. That is where the fabric breaking down. If we get the cool people to do good things, we might be able to just save that generation easy, you know.
I agree.
You understand? I think, me personally, I am not a millennial, child of the 80s, so we grew up different. So we adapt to the social media, but we wasn't brought in.
Right,
We
yeah,
wasn't,
yeah,
we wasn't born in it.
Right, yeah.
But we adapt it. Me personally, I think social media is the devil. It could be done, it could be good, and it could be bad. Right?
I mean, I could go into some biblical things. To
yeah,
explain, You know?
As I say, social media could be good, it could be bad, because I sell my business on social media. But then when you look at the amount of negative things that come out of social media, and I mean, social media could be extremely, extremely violent and destructive.
I mean, other than violence, you have people doing comparisons, comparing their lives to these people who you know,
and like I saw a saying on online today. Somebody said they just sit down and watch how normal people just go in celebrities' inbox and feel somebody hearing them. Nobody not hearing you. Nobody not even paying attention. You are just a next comment in these 5 million comments. Nobody not even paying attention. So unless you are the first comment, you just a next somebody typing something. It makes absolutely no sense. You know what I mean? None at all.
They make no impact
none at all
on their lives.
None at all. Because they just glad that they have 50,000 likes. They don't care who the 50,000 is.
You know, and as you're talking about the artists, you know, I wanna shout out Orlando, Octave.
Yeah, nice turnaround.
Right? Yeah,
nice
boy. Because
nice turnaround.
I mean, Orlando do played for me some years ago, and you know he freestyle, and he just started freestyling, he played, and it's gone, man. It's for so.
And I don't think you get he to do that now.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
I don't think you get he to do that.
Yeah, right? And
nice turnaround.
Yeah. He has a very positive vibe now. I definitely want to sit down and talk with him though, because
that'll be a nice podcast.
He has some different perspectives that. It's very new to me. I haven't heard people talk about all the things that he's speaking about now. So
I think what he's doing, take belly to do, because it might cause him to get disconnected from the entertainment industry
and the in crowd.
It might, of course,
right?
It might.
Which
I don't know if he cares.
Well, this is what I'm going to say. I don't know if he has other businesses that could support him, right? To support him financially, because to take that stand,
it could, but if you taking that stand means other people or the industry, quote unquote, getting vexed with you, well then you probably don't need the industry.
Yeah, but you could say that until
they had a parent,
until
right?
they had a parent, you know. Yeah, because I tell you, one of my biggest, and I wouldn't say that I regret. Remember, my thing was when I started to see certain things playing off, like with the music we were playing, Quinn and I pumping, and also I had a real bad man argument, dog. I just tell people, I just sit down and study everything. Anything I get into, I just real sit down and so I learn all the bad man argument. I figure out ways, because I could write ads and things too, right? Real bad at them thing. So I tailor all these arguments in my mind, real bad man argument, and then I start to realize how people start to behave when we play that music and react that way, right? And then, you know, on radio, we just get everything on radio and thing and whatever, and then at that time, my bigger daughter mother called me and she's like, hey, listen, apparently you see something on radio that affected your daughter, you know, she just crying, I can't remember what it was. But I mean,
at the time,
it's entertainment, right?
It's personal.
Yeah, but obviously she has a child. She didn't understand, right? And so, nevertheless, I decided, well, boy, you know, and I don't want to do this now. I don't want to do the urban no more. And I went to the then radio manager and I said, listen, I want to move across to Sweet 100. You know, I was doing all the Sweet 100 boat rides then. Remember that, right?
Yeah.
Right? I was doing all of them. I was doing all the ads for it. I was writing the ads. I would produce the ads alongside my cousin. And so, I mean, I knew how to connect. We would go on the boat ride itself. We would play. We would have a fun time.
More mature setting,
right? So, I thought, well, I know how to connect with this crowd. I know the crowd. Clearly, I just get this crowd to come out and spend money, right? Because that's the next thing people fail to realize. You could have a big listenership, but if you can't get the listenership to spend money, then advertisers will be like, well, that's not really important.
Making sense, yeah.
But once you could prove right? That you could get the listenership or get your following to spend money. That's what advertisers love. You understand? And so I went to the then manager and I said, listen, here, I want to go across to 100 and I said, I really don't want to do this urban thing no more. I said, if I had to stay on 99, I would want to do something. I'd rather do this DJ live, mid-morning or something. Something more calm.
More calm,
right?
9 to 12.
Yeah.
Advertising hours.
So I told her and she said, nah, it's nothing for you. You gotta do that.
do this.
And it so happened that my main job, somebody had gotten fired or was removed off the roster, and so I couldn't have worked the shift that I had at the time. I had to fill in that shift in my main job. So I couldn't work, and that was it for me. Because I say, listen,
I can't do this.
I don't want to do this no more.
Unfortunate.
You understand what I'm saying?
Unfortunate.
And I could tell you, Chubby, that tear apart my life for about a year. My wife will tell you that at a point where she was like, because, I mean, entertainment is my passion, right? Me not being able to entertain used to frustrate me, and my wife will tell you that she said, I would never say you just treat the family bad. But when it come, was the heaviness in the house, the heaviness in the vibe.
Because I wasn't happy.
Exactly.
Yeah. And it go put me at you see.
Right?
Yeah.
And she's like, I can't deal with it.
Yeah.
I can't deal with it. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, look, and this is what I'm telling you, the same thing like with Orlando now, boy. So, as much as if you start to get pushed aside, you have to hope that you're strong enough.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Or your connections well connected.
Yeah, that
for you to bounce back from that. But I personally, the thing with him is, I'm not meaning to talk about him so long, but the thing with him is I was happy that he was smart enough to see where the thing was going wrong, and he's attempting to fix it.
Right.
Now, he is one man alone against 25 to possessors.
And then let's be real. I think the next thing you have to take into consideration, Orlando was kind of phasing out of the local dancehall in terms of the popularity. His popularity, right, was phasing out because I remember when he come and he get this single, right, the soca song single, right,
Red One single, something.
Right. When he had that song, the dancehall community was now changing, and then they could have watched him as a soca artist. You understand what I'm saying? Even though
because at around that time with the single song, I think the year after he had an next banger again.
Right.
He had an next banger after that.
Right.
About 2-3 years straight, he had some good bangers. But
he had the Trinidad.
Right. When he had one come second in Soca Monarch. Right. He was a legit soca artist. So he was on the fringe of the dancehall.
Right.
Local dancehall. Or we should say the Trinidad. He was on the fringe of that. Because he was talented enough to do it, yes. But he was winning on the soca stage.
So that's where the disconnect. So now
that was where the disconnect happened.
And then so now, as much as you want to do something positive now, you're not tying to you're not tying to the community.
They're not paying the bills.
They're
not paying the bills.
I mean,
because I remember, not meaning to stretch it, but I remember when I was on 99 and we was doing because I used to work 9 to 12 and we would do an hour of local, right? Strictly local. Was Kun and I. And at that time, Jelano had now come out. And Jelano was a positive artist. When I mean positive, conscious. So when I started to hear about Gun and AR-15 from Jelano, I was in shock. But then I understand that is what was paying the bills.
Yeah, because he said it in an interview with Just Boss. And I mean, he said that, he said, listen, I was singing conscious music.
He was.
And he said what?
He really wasn't playing it.
He wasn't playing it.
Yeah, he wasn't playing it. Because when we was doing the local, we literally had to beg. No, I shouldn't say beg, but we had to message them fellas down for them to send the music to play on the radio because nothing wasn't playing for them.
Right.
You understand? And so they just thought it would be a next, you know? But then when they hear the AR-15 busting and the skull busting, them on heavy rotation.
An ex artist
heavy rotation.
Who was very positive. And he still is very positive, and he just have a trickle of the Gunman music it's Rion
Elbon, yeah. Well, from what I hear, he's one of the baddest lyricists in Trinidad.
Serious.
I heard so.
I mean, I don't know him that well.
I heard
but
so. He and Key Lion, I hear, was lyrically, they were ill. Yeah, from what I hear.
Nah, but he
nice.
and I will give him that because he's still giving you a mix now.
Giving you a mix.
And he still have way more positive music.
Yes.
So I'll give him that. Somebody too I would definitely like to have a conversation with, he from Kelly Village, which I think, there's a whole different upbringing.
Yep.
Yep. Because Kelly Village is, you could say we want, that's a real kind of family village.
Yeah.
It's
close-knit. Kelly close-knit,
Yeah. So, all those things could impact how you see life and what you deliver and what you bring forward.
Facts.
So, Chubby, thanks again. Right? So just remember, subscribe, like, comment. You're going to comment your Instagram name, right? And you're going to go on Instagram and follow
Chubby Famous.
Right? And you have 2 weeks. So this is, let me see. What's the date today? I don't know the date. Today's the 3rd. This is being recorded on right? So I would say,
the whole process should take you to month 10?
Yeah, month 10.
Yeah, because there are two weeks to do your thing.
Right.
And then 2 weeks to redeem by me.
Right. So you have until at least the 17th.
Yeah.
You have until the 17th to do all of that.
And then come by me and eat.
Yeah.
Get you.
Right? Nice. Hey, so remember, look for us on any one of your podcasting platforms, right? The app 868. And also, well, of course, YouTube, the app 868, right? Which is the Alternative Perspective podcast.
Big up Nalo for doing positive work and across all the platforms, because I know his couple channels where we have. So big him up. I want to say thanks for giving me the opportunity to come through and share my story, and according to Patricia Watts, she say, better days are coming, So I want you to take that as well too and go with that. You know what I mean? It can't be like this forever.
Right.
You know what I mean? Whether in your personal life and in in everything else, better days are coming, because 2 weeks ago I was robbed.
Right. And I wanted to touch on that. So guess what? We're wrapping up just as we got to talk about that.
Yeah.
How it feels to go through that.
I would be honest when I tell you, I wasn't vexed. I was more hurt than anything, because when somebody touch your personal things, they feel violated. So I wasn't vexed to say I want to go out and kill somebody. I was more hurt because chances are I just feel it's somebody who I fed.
At some
point. Either somebody I feed or somebody I fed set that up.
Right.
So it really hurt. It cost me a lot of money. But I refuse to just lie down and take that, because I have customers to feed. You know what I mean? And I have people who literally look forward to coming and eat by me on a weekend.
I was talking to somebody who I guess own or run a Chinese grocery. And I was asking him, I say, listen, being the attacked every now and again, right, by these burglars and things, how do you deal with it? Why do you continue staying open? And, he was saying he just accept the fact that on some days, you're just going to lose all the cash for that day. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I see that's a real kind of...
hardcore way of thinking, eh?
Yeah, boy.
Yeah. But the Asian people build differently too. They built up to the other day I was talking about that with our partner, because all over the world, the Asian people literally show absolutely no fear in where they open the business. They will go in the grimiest place and open a grocery, even in America. They will go in the hood where black people don't want to open a business and open the business. I know they say to themselves, I swear, I don't know if this is for sure, but I think that is how they think. We go in and lose at 20,000 this year from robbery. Let me park aside that 20,000.
Right, and we will make the million.
We go make the million, but we put aside that 20,000.
Yeah,
together. And I sure that is how they think here too.
Yeah, because I said they will break in, they will come and they will rob probably once a month, once every 2 or 3 months. He said, but that's just that amount of money. Yeah. They're making money all the time.
Yeah. I mean, I know on that level to think like that. I can't afford to think like that, because I'll be real with you. That robbery cost me about $15,000-$20,000.
Wow.
Just for me to open back last week. You understand, yeah? So it really hurt me. God is good though, and I was able to rise above it, and, I think they find out who the person is, so it's just a matter of getting strong evidence.
Wait, just now, who find out? The police?
Yeah, well, kind of, yeah. I guess I'm on the whole,
Right.
So, whatever. But I was able to open back, it costs me, but so it goes sometimes, you know. You can as I said on my Instagram post, not because people love you makes you immune to the ills of society. So not because hundreds of people like my food mean that the bandit like me too.
No, sometimes that means because plenty people love you is why somebody will attack you.
Exactly.
Like, be real. Because I just tell people at the end of the day, if they could crucify Jesus Christ,
Who is me?
who's you?
Correct.
And who's me?
Who is correct?
You understand what I'm saying?
Correct.
I mean, the difference is, I ain't Jesus Christ and I'm not forgiven as easily.
Exactly.
And I am willing to sin.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm
Exactly.
saying? So,
But I mean, I don't let negative shit like that hold me down. It take more than that to hold me down. You know what I mean? I've been through so be it.
let me tell you all, Chubby is one of the people, you know, I was supposed to say this earlier on. Chubby is one of the people who really forced my hand, or made me force my hand again. They started. I went at that point in time, I tell you that, I was saying, course on Chubby. I tell my wife. Because you know, we spoke about when you started in the FC media, you called man and said things.
You was the first person I called.
Yeah.
You were the first person I called.
So I said, all right. And Chubby said, well, we will talk. I said, all right, no, I'm a person like this. I don't jump, I don't pressure people at all. You understand what I'm saying? But it's probably one of the reasons I take so long to do certain things because I'm not the person to call and
pressure somebody.
Right. I don't like people to feel like I'd like to feel like I harassing people. That's why I stopped selling insurance. But and next thing I saw the first episode come out, boy.
Of course.
What?
I didn't know why.
You know.
I didn't know.
Right, but he sent me the message. Like, say, you check out this, let me know you think whatever. I check it. I said, I thought this man was a corner. This man leave him out, boy. Hey, you know, I watch it, I think.
And if that is the first episode, that was the shittiest episode.
Yeah, and then, so I know I'm even more mad because I say, but I had all the equipment to record this thing properly, and record the audio properly, record everything properly.
Because the first episode, the audio was great, crappy, but
yeah. I see, I can't believe Chubby do this, you know. I feel hurt.
And it wasn't intentional. I don't feel it was intentional.
No. I mean,
it wasn't intentional.
And we end up having a discussion after I watched it and I talked to you. And
I think you had given some advice too and things.
And you know, and they say, well, boy, I think I just jump out.
Yeah, we just jump out. Let's jump out.
You know,
because we felt a need to put it on a fast burner because of the COVID, everybody was home. Everybody was home.
Yeah.
You know, so we felt the need to put it on a fast track, you know, and probably that is why. Because at that time, I think you were selling insurance. You really didn't have the time to.
Right.
You know? So, probably all of that. And then my boy was, you know, so it does happen like that. But, I mean, you doing just as good. Yeah. I mean, you had nice lighting and thing.
So, I know it was with that I say, you see now, procrastinating.
Yeah.
Procrastinating. That is what happened there.
It's a killer
I say
dreams.
because had you called Chubby, had you move on it.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Probably if you had fast track, me, we'd have do it together.
Right.
You know?
And, I mean, you're doing anything and I'm real happy and I'm real proud. I mean, my wife and I just sit down and watch it as a family.
As me.
Yeah, you know. And I say, no, you gotta pick up. You need to move on.
I watch all your things. And sometimes I comment too, you know, like I watch Angelo, I watch the next dude. I watch all this stuff. So,
and I say, I need to press on it. And Chubby is one of the people that, well, he is the person that make me actually press the gas on doing it because,
I'm glad to hear
it's
that.
an opportunity and you falter, though. This is the time
One
now.
time.
Do it.
One time.
And hit record.
One time. Hit record. Press play.
Yeah.
As they say.
Say, man, easy.
Blessed
respect.
love.